So, oh God. Hey, audience, I'm not here. Ha, now I am. Ha, 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 ha. But anyway, over my life, I've heard a lot of horror stories about people working at McDonald's. So I'm like, I'll work there and do a lame comedy video about working there. So I did. So I went over to my local McDonald's, like, well, actually, I was up, so it was probably far closer to this. Actually, I was moving, so it was probably far closer to this. Except I wasn't just running in circles or lines or whatever, so it was probably closer to this. But I can't do that in a YouTube video. Basically, it was somewhat like that. And then there was the... So I went over to McDonald's, there was this guy who was like, oh, hi, would you like to apply for a job here? And I was like, yes, actually. And he was like, okay, you're hired. And I was like, really? Yeah, the guy was German, by the way. He was like, okay, come back here. He sounded Canadian, but my racist instincts could tell me he was German. So anyway, he was like, okay, come back here. And then I was like, oh, this is where you make the secret sauce? And he was like, hey, secret sauce. And that's me either one of two things about McDonald's. One, it has a very immature sense of humor. Or two, secret sauce is actually a metaphor for something. Or three, both. Or four, neither. I guess it's four options, not two. So I went in there, and there were all these science experiments going on. Like, people dying, people were being killed left and right. There were human rights violations everywhere. I was even more out of breath than I already was because, dude, they filled the room with poisons. And I was like, wait a minute, isn't this McDonald's? He was like, oh, McDonald's. And I was like, no, I was looking for McDonald's, not McDonald's. He was like, oh, yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Oh. What, you couldn't tell because of my accent? You're racist, aren't you? I don't even have a Canadian or a German accent. I have a Swedish accent. And that's probably not even true. And why do you have such long hair anyway? Hey man, you don't mess with the hair. Why? When I'm having the last guy who messed with the hair. But he died. Oh no! Okay, it wasn't at the hands of me. In fact, I wasn't even within a 100-mile radius of him when he died. And I didn't know the guy who killed him. Or anything, but he did die. Oh. Well, that doesn't mean anything. True. So anyway, and then they took me to this room and they were like, come to this room. I guess I can't hold myself. It would probably be like this. Come to this room. And I'd be out here, so I have to have two of me. Come to this room. Okay. So I went to that room. And they were trying to do some sciencey experiments on me. And I was like, oh my god. I can't do this. I was going to make a lame comedy about it. No, I can't. Oh, well, you can't leave. Pew, 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 pew. And they started shooting me, and I was able to dodge due to my racism. And due to my racism, other countries' bullets don't actually hurt me. Yay! Yay for racism. That probably came out wrong. So they were like, pew, 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 pew. And I was like, oh god, wait. And I just casually walked out like, oh. Well, actually, it was probably closer to, oh. Well, you already did that joke. I didn't actually whistle because I can't whistle for the life of me. I don't know why I'm saying that on a YouTube video. In fact, I did actually whistle in that moment, and I died. But luckily, I survived while being dead somehow, so, yeah. Anyway, so I was just walking, and then all of a sudden the Burger King came out of his nowhere, and he's like, I am the Burger King! I am the Burger King! I am the Burger King! And it was exactly like that. He was jumping and spinning, like, I am the Burger King! The Burger King! I'm getting dizzy! I'm going to pass out now. Anyway, so he passed out and he wasn't really any importance to me. Anyway, and I'm about to pass out doing this. And then the CIA called and they were like, hey, we're the CIA. We're going to kill McDonald's. I was like, no, man, this is McDonald's. Oh. Okay, well, I was going to tell you about these Canadian, German, Swedish guys who are performing experiments on people illegally, but I guess that has nothing to do with it. You're right. And then we hung up. Anyway, so what ended up happening was I ended up just using Americans' everyone gets a gun laws to my advantage by getting a gun and killing them. Okay, I didn't kill them. I at least injured them, sort of, I guess. I don't really know. I don't really care. It's all kind of a blur now. You know, it's the kind of blur that makes you wonder, what's the meaning of life anyway? You know, you just don't know. You just don't. Okay, get this body out. Get this body, but first I need to, I need to stop the recording. Okay, let's stop the recording. Good thing I didn't hear any of this. Good thing.